All right. Good morning, everybody. See, it's 10:01 here. Waiting room's starting to filter into the webinar. Appreciate everybody joining us here this morning. Hope everybody's had a great week. My name is Nick Graff. I am the program manager for ICAST, the implementer for Rocky Mountain Power's multifamily program. We're going to have about a 30-minute presentation here to review the new construction process, the design assistance piece, which is new to the program this year, and a couple other program updates. Hoping to keep the presentation pretty casual and straightforward. Don't want to take up too much time from everybody here on a Friday morning. We're going to ask that questions are held till the end. After the 30-minute or so presentation, we'll have a Q&A session where we can get all those questions addressed for you guys. But up until that point, we're going to have microphones muted, so if things come to mind, take a note, hang on to those till the end, and then we'll get every question we can answered. Maybe we'll get going here at 10:02. I see we've got a decent crowd. I think we're expecting a few more, but folks can trickle in at their leisure. Next slide, please. Here's what we're gonna get into today. Quick agenda for us. Bit of a program introduction. We'll review the program team. We'll cover program changes really briefly. We'll have a testimonial from a past program participant. They can let you know how their participation went, kind of the benefits they saw through the program. Then my colleague Max will take over the new construction process overview. We'll touch on the inputs we need, the outputs, and how they translate to rebate amounts. We'll take a look at a couple case studies. Then we will introduce a guest speaker from Salt Lake City, and then we'll open up to our Q&A session. Next slide, please. So as I mentioned, ICAST is the contracted implementation team for the Rocky Mountain Power multifamily program. We've got a number of program staff on the call here today. Jillian Fredrickson is the Rocky Mountain Power program manager. She should be joining us here shortly. I know she had a bit of a conflict this morning. I suspect she'll hop on about halfway through the presentation. Again, my name is Nick Graff. I'm the program manager for ICAST. I'll start us off here today before handing it over to Max. Max Wilkinson is our trade ally manager. Manages all the projects that we see from you all, from our participating trade allies. And he's been very involved in the new construction side of the program lately. And then John Wilkerson is our program efficiency engineer. He conducts most of our design assistance, most of our model reviews, does a little bit of modeling himself. John is out on PTO today. I believe he's doing a little bit of backpacking here in Colorado. I hope he's enjoying his time on the trail, and I hope you guys get to work with John here down the road. So that's a little bit about us. Next slide, please. To start us off, just want to describe the program at a high level for those of you who haven't participated in the past. Fairly straightforward new construction rebate program. We look at properties as a whole, so it's a comprehensive approach. We pay out our rebates based on whole building energy savings achieved via modeling for equipment that operates at a higher efficiency level than code calls for. So we have a baseline model, which is essentially the code stipulated equipment schedules. We will model the new building, the as-is model based on the equipment that is being installed or as a component of the design plans. We're running models before everything's wrapped up. We'll compare the baseline model to the as-built model, and that delta, that increased efficiency of the new equipment is what we will tag a rebate to. So for those of you who've participated in other rebate programs, you may have some familiarity with the more prescriptive approach, where there's a set dollar amount for, say, a light bulb or for a heat pump. This program is a little bit different for those who haven't participated in a comprehensive model program as this one. It's really a comprehensive approach. We'll take a look at equipment on commercial house meters, so common area equipment, as well as equipment on residential meters in unit. It's really a look at the entire property, and I think I should mention that it's really our job to help you guys install as efficient equipment as you can and maximize your incentive through the program. We're very much a resource for everybody on this call and everybody who participates in the program. Try to help you guys maximize your incentive and take advantage of the program offering to the highest degree. Next slide, please. So as I mentioned, we are paying out rebates for energy savings. We are not paying out rebates for equipment, as may be your past experience in other types of utility rebate programs. You can see here on this rebate table that we have different per kilowatt hour incentive amounts for different equipment categories. So for common retrofits, we've got a higher incentive for larger ticket items such as HVAC and windows. We've got a smaller incentive for more common efficiency measures such as lighting, water conservation measures here under domestic hot water. And for most of the folks on this call and what we'll be talking about today, we also have an incentive category for new construction. So highlighted down there at the bottom, for market rate qualified properties, we are paying 20 cents per kilowatt hour. And for low income qualified properties, we are paying 24 cents per kilowatt hour. So that's our rebate structure. I also want to mention kind of the eligibility threshold for what constitutes a multifamily property. We look at 4 units or more per building. So, if you guys are developing duplexes and you have 3 or 4 duplexes at a property, that might be better suited for the single family program offering. If you're putting together a property with 4 units or more per building, that very much qualifies for multifamily. We'd be happy to serve you guys through this program offering. Now, I did differentiate between market rate rebates and low income rebates. We qualify a low income property as those which have the majority of tenants, so greater than 50% of those residents are below 80% of the area median income. If that's a metric you're not familiar with, we can help you navigate. We can help you qualify your property as income qualified or as market rate. There's a bit of a difference, as I mentioned, in the rebate amounts between those 2 categories. As many rebate programs do, we've got a bit of a higher incentive for the low income qualified properties, just to help those folks kind of achieve an equitable opportunity to receive rebates under the program to get high efficiency equipment in for their residents. Next slide, please. A couple of changes. If you've participated in the program in the past, it'd be a good time to take notes on a couple of these. We have a new form that's required for all submissions that we're calling the rebate reassignment form, where the rebate is not going to the account holder. So, if there are any energy raters on the call, or perhaps other types of trade allies who are taking the rebate as a kind of a credit for services rendered, this form must be completed by the account holder, basically signing over their rebate to you all. This is just the documentation process that we now require to do so. Hadn't required this in the past, so a new form to be aware of for sure. Probably the largest change that we've seen implemented this year is a lighting requirement, which now states all LED lighting must be DLC or Energy Star rated in order to receive a rebate. I would imagine these qualifications are something that most folks are familiar with. The Design Lighting Consortium, the Energy Star group, they basically test products to ensure they perform up to their claim specifications. And if they do, they kind of get their stamp of approval here. And the reason we're requiring that is we want good quality products to be installed through this program. If a wall pack fixture, if a exterior LED product is rated at 50,000 hours, we want to be sure that that product's going to last for 50,000 hours, and it's not simply a claimed marketable output, but is actually a real world performance piece that product actually achieves. So again, all LED lighting must be DLC or Energy Star rated in order to receive a rebate through the program. We verify that with equipment spec sheets. The last piece, which is something that we're very excited about, this is something we're really shouting from the hilltops, and it's a point that we're going to hammer home here this morning during this webinar, is the program and Rocky Mountain Power now sponsors cost-free design consultation for developers like yourselves. So if you contact the program, early on in the design process, we have subject matter experts who can take a look at design plans, equipment schedules, drawings, blueprints, the whole gamut, and essentially provide cost-free consultation to say, hey, are you aware that if you stepped up the efficiency of your HVAC system, the additional cost would be completely deferred or subsidized by the rebates? It's essentially, our way of ensuring that folks are aware of all the rebates available to them. And for the properties that we've seen take advantage of this so far, we get largely the same feedback from everyone that this design consultation piece allows builders, developers, et cetera, to improve equipment quality, to improve equipment efficiency levels without increasing out-of-pocket cost. We understand that this custom rebate structure can be a little bit less intuitive to navigate, especially for first and second time program participants. And we have received funding from Rocky Mountain Power to offer this service to anyone who's interested, to, again, ensure that rebates are being taken advantage of and that we're essentially not leaving anything on the table, and also reducing those out-of-pocket costs to the highest degree. So three new program requirements, two kind of administrative components to be aware of, and then a third value add that I really think can benefit a lot of organizations who are on this call today, and your customers as well.